Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wilson Mugambi, and I'm an architect. I am also the president of the Architectural Association of Kenya, and I would like to welcome you to this year's 2021 J Mjengo Public Awareness Campaign. You may be wondering, what is J Mjengo about? This is a campaign that AAK conceived with the aim of creating public awareness about the built environment and processes in the building industry. We realized that there was a gap in terms of how people go about their projects. And one of the things that we found out was that there are so many kinds of project managers in different kinds of projects, creating a certain gap and certain shortcomings within the various projects that were being done. So in the process of coming up with this campaign, we realized one of the key objectives, and which is what we aim to do, is to create awareness and ideally sensitize the public on what the building industry entails. Some of our other objectives are as follows. We look at the items like not only creating awareness, but informing the public on what kinds of professionals are needed in various projects. Another one of our objectives is marketing our member services, because AAK has 7 chapters, and those are ideally 7 types of professionals. And being the largest association of built environment professionals, we felt that it was a very good platform for us to market the services that our members offer. One of the other objectives is also to create awareness and sensitize the public on the various processes that are carried out in the building process, right from inception of a project, right up to construction and completion. And with that, we realized that the Mjengo campaign gives us a platform to not only create awareness, sensitize, inform, but also educate the public on what entails a building project. We also look at the processes involved in the approval process of a project, in that not only are you going to involve professionals, but you also need to be guided on the various approval processes, be it at the county level, NEMA, NCA, WARMA, and the various other items that you'll be coming in to be informed about during the J Mjengo campaign. Now, in terms of background, when did J Mjengo start? It started in 2017, and that's about 4 years ago. Now we're in our 5th year, and so far we've managed to reach up to 3 million people, and that's through the print, social media, and even the television. And ideally, it has had a very major impact, and the feedback that we've been getting has been very good. And that's why year on year, we're actually growing stronger. And we hope to reach as many people as possible in this year's campaign, which marks the 5th anniversary of our J Mjengo campaign. We'd like to invite you, members of the public, to look into our J Mjengo campaign. And ideally, we are calling out to anyone who's building their project, be it the small extension you're doing at home, whether you're embarking on your dream house project, whether you're doing a commercial project, recreational project, any type of project you're doing. This campaign is ideally meant to arm you with the information that you need to embark on your project with a full know-how of what you need to do and what you need to expect. And this year's campaign, given the situation that we're in with the COVID-19 pandemic, is purely virtual. And we are looking at various channels of communication. We have in the AAK social media, we have the Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and WhatsApp. We also have the Google Ads. We're also going to be extending the campaign through the mainstream media, such that we'll have interviews on radio stations, key television stations, and also in the print media. And we also have the AK media, and we'll be engaging an influencer to extend our message and try and get as much outreach as possible. This campaign has various daily themes, which ideally feed into the objectives that I mentioned. And just by way of outlining what we are going to be carrying out, we have the role of the professionals in the building process. On the second day, we'll have the building materials focus, where we'll be looking at various materials and innovations and what is being used, ideally to demystify what is happening in the industry. Day 3 will be touching on the climate change and construction. And actually, I would like to touch on our convention this year, which is our biggest event. We'll actually be touching on climate action, so this will be a very key element in terms of looking at what we can do for the industry. Day 4 looks at the Kenyan real estate industry. And we'll actually have a webinar, which will be happening at 3 p.m. on that day, under the theme Building in Kenya. On the last day, day 5, we'll be looking at arbitration, which is ideally looking at conflict resolution within the building industry. And I think that will be a very focal point for this campaign, because at the end of it, you realize most of the problems we have can be handled via arbitration. And any conflict that we have in a building project, actually, it's easier to handle through arbitration before you start engaging in the court processes. So without much further ado, I'd like to call each and every one of you to be part of this campaign. And if anyone is planning to build or even considering to plan on coming up with a building, it's a very good campaign for you to get all the information you need. And we look forward to hosting you, hearing from you, and engaging with you, because at the end of it, AEK is here not only to help the professionals, but also the members of the public. So karibuni sana, and see you at the Mjengo campaign. Asante.